Hey everyone, welcome to Friday's devotional. My name is Kevin, and we're going to be looking at Luke chapter 23 together. My thought from this Devo was just how important lamenting is, not only for what I read in this chapter, but just thinking about what's going on in the world today. To have one of the most important weeks in the fight against the coronavirus coinciding with Holy Week, I don't think is a mistake from the Lord, and I would love to unpack that more in this devotional. I encourage you to read Luke chapter 23 in its entirety and the corresponding accounts in the other Gospels. But just a quick recap, Jesus has just been on trial and has been sent to Pilate, who's a Roman governor. Pilate interrogates him, finds him innocent, says this is not my issue, sends him over to King of Judah, which is Herod. Herod does the same thing, finds Jesus innocent, and sends him back to Pilate, where Pilate does more interrogation and essentially gives those who are charging Jesus, the crowds and the religious leaders, a choice. I can execute Jesus, or I can execute a murderer and an instigator by the name of Barabbas. The crowds choose Jesus to be the one to be executed, and Jesus is sent off to the cross. The main thought that I wanted to share in light of this was just how hard this part of the story is. To know a week before that Jesus had been welcomed in to Jerusalem as royalty, and a few days later for him to be in this position is just hard. It kind of mirrors what's going on currently. Things were normal, and all of a sudden in the last few days and weeks, things have become really frightening really quickly. And I know I personally just want to rush into, okay, when will things get better? When can I have hope? When can I, suppress these feelings of fear and hopelessness and doubt that are looming over me, and go to when things are better? Lamenting is actually defined as a strong expression of mourning or sorrow. You see it a lot in the Old Testament, and this is how Jesus' followers must have felt. To have someone they've been walking so closely with all of a sudden be taken away from them, and how I personally, with the current events and even with this chapter, I just want to jump to Easter Sunday. I want to jump to the resurrection, when I should sit in this really sad part of the story, as much as I should sit and lament and grieve at what's going on in our world today with the coronavirus. And the reason it isn't helpful for me or you to skip over lamenting or really thinking is that it doesn't allow us to fully grip the story that we're reading in Luke chapter 3, and also its meaning. So today, I just encourage you to take a step back, to grieve, to lament over your sin, to grieve and lament over the good things that have been lost over this coronavirus, this pandemic, to grieve the things that may or may not happen because of this pandemic. And to just generally grieve the things that are really difficult in life and that grieve the heart of God. And then have a chance to take those things to the Lord in prayer, and to share those with someone. Speaking of sharing, I want you guys to head over to our website and check out within the CO Challenge what's coming up, and also be able to share your story, what's going on lately. Just so you know, our church Redeemer is having a Good Friday service, so the link will be in the description as well as on our website. Thank you guys so much. Be praying for you today. Have a good one.